What if I told you that everything around you, your life, your experiences, even your future, is not set in stone? That right now, countless versions of your reality exist simultaneously, waiting for you to choose which one becomes real? Welcome to the mind-bending world of quantum manifestation, where science meets magic, and you hold the power to attract the reality you desire. Have you ever looked at your surroundings and considered for just a moment that everything you see, every object, every sound, even every thought, is not as solid or separate as it seems? Beneath the surface of what we perceive, there is a hidden world made entirely of energy. This is not just spiritual philosophy, it's quantum physics. Quantum physics teaches us that everything in the universe is made up of tiny particles called atoms. But what's fascinating is that when you go even deeper, past the atoms and into the subatomic particles like electrons and quarks, you find that they are not solid objects either. They are patterns of energy, vibrating, moving, shifting. And not just that, they don't even exist in a fixed state unless observed. This is the strange and beautiful world of quantum reality. What does that mean for us? It means that the boundaries between you and the world around you aren't as rigid as you might think. Your body, your thoughts, your emotions, they are all part of this massive, interconnected field of energy. And because everything is energy, everything vibrates at a certain frequency. Now here's where manifestation begins to make sense. The law of resonance, an idea rooted in both physics and spiritual tradition, says that like frequencies attract like frequencies. If you are constantly vibrating at the frequency of stress, anger, or fear, your energy field will naturally align with more of that in the external world. But when you begin to shift your inner energy, by raising your emotional state, focusing your thoughts, and changing your beliefs, you begin to emit a new frequency. This frequency becomes your energetic signature, and it interacts with the world around you in ways most of us are not even aware of. When you embody joy, gratitude, and confidence, you start to attract circumstances, people, and opportunities that match that energy. It's not magic, it's physics. So when we say, you are energy, it's not a metaphor. It's a scientific truth. And once you embrace that reality, you begin to understand your power, not just to exist, but to create. Your life is not just happening to you. You are influencing it every single day, with every thought you think and every feeling you choose to hold. The more consciously you align with the energy of what you want, the closer it comes into your life. Are you ready to tune your energy to the reality you desire? Imagine looking at a world where nothing is set in stone, where the future hasn't been written, and everything you observe is shaped by your awareness. Now imagine that this isn't fantasy or wishful thinking, but a reality that quantum physics actually supports. At the core of quantum mechanics lies a radical idea. The act of observation itself has the power to affect the outcome of a system. In other words, consciousness influences reality. This concept is best illustrated through the famous double-slit experiment. In it, particles like electrons are fired at a screen through two slits. When no one observes, the particles behave like waves, creating an interference pattern. But the moment someone watches, the wave collapses into a particle pattern. Observation changes behavior. Awareness alters matter. This isn't spiritual metaphor. It's empirical science. So what does this mean for you and me? It means that the quality of your attention, your thoughts, beliefs, focus, can influence the way your life unfolds. Your internal world is not just a passive observer of life, but an active participant. The thoughts you dwell on, the emotions you repeat, and the mental images you entertain become the seeds of your external reality. You might not be able to see the invisible bridge between your mind and the material world, but it's there, quietly shaping, magnetizing, guiding the probabilities into form. And this isn't about wishful thinking or positive vibes alone. It's about conscious awareness. It's about knowing that when you place your focus on something, be it fear or abundance, lack or gratitude, you are, in essence, telling the universe, this is what I am choosing to observe. This is what I'm investing energy into. This is what matters to me. In that moment, your focus becomes a tool of creation. Just as a scientist changes an experiment simply by watching it, you shape your life through the lens you choose to look through. So ask yourself, what are you giving your energy to? What are you observing over and over again in your mind? If consciousness is the creator of reality, then every single moment becomes an opportunity to create. By shifting your awareness, by focusing on what uplifts, inspires, and empowers, you begin to collapse potential into form. You don't just react to life, you mold it. The more conscious you become of your thoughts, your feelings, your words, the more intentional your life becomes. You begin to move from a world of chance into a world of choice. So what kind of reality are you ready to observe into existence? If you've ever heard the phrase, like attracts like, you've already encountered the basic idea behind the law of attraction. But what if this idea isn't just motivational talk? What if it's actually rooted in the very physics of the universe through the principle of resonance? In quantum terms, every particle, every atom, every thought emits a vibration, and every vibration has a frequency. Just like a tuning fork causes another of the same pitch to vibrate, your energetic frequency interacts with the frequencies of the world around you. This is called resonance. When two systems vibrate at the same frequency, they amplify each other. When they differ, they fall out of sync. Think of your body and mind as broadcasting a signal into the quantum field, a frequency made up of your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. That frequency doesn't just stay within you. It moves outward, touching everything around you, and attracting experiences that match it. When you're thinking and feeling joy, confidence, and peace, you're resonating at a higher frequency. The universe, like a mirror, responds by sending people, opportunities, and experiences that match those same vibrations. That's why negative thinking often feels like a downward spiral. You emit doubt, fear, or frustration, and the world reflects it right back. But when you shift your energy, even a little, you start changing what you draw in. Your outer reality begins to echo the inner work you've done. Science shows us this in real time. Brainwave studies reveal that emotional states change the frequencies of neural activity. Even the electromagnetic field of the heart, the most powerful field in the body, alters depending on whether you're feeling love or stress. Your body is literally changing its frequency depending on how you feel, and that frequency is radiating outward, touching the field of possibilities. Now here's the key. Resonance doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. You might want peace, but if you're vibrating anxiety, you'll attract more situations that confirm your anxious state. You must become the vibration of the thing you desire. Feel it, embody it, live it. That's how you align with it. That's how you attract it. So if you want abundance, be the frequency of generosity. If you seek love, become the energy of compassion. If you desire freedom, embody the feeling of expansion. You're not pulling these things in from the outside. You're activating them from within, and the universe responds. Remember, manifestation isn't about forcing. It's about tuning. When your energy matches what you seek, that reality begins to seek you too. We've been taught to see the world as solid, predictable, and fixed, a place where cause follows effect, and where what we see is what we get. But quantum physics tells a far more fascinating story, one in which reality is not locked in place, but exists in a state of probability until we engage with it. In the quantum world, particles do not have a single defined location or path. Instead, they exist in what's called a superposition, a range of all possible states, until they are observed. The moment of observation collapses this cloud of potential into one specific outcome. In simpler terms, reality chooses a path only when attention is placed on it. That means the future isn't predetermined. There is no fixed outcome waiting for you. Instead, there are multiple probabilities, different timelines, different versions of events, all waiting to be realized depending on how you interact with them. The choices you make, the thoughts you think, the emotions you dwell in, These are the forces that narrow down the field of possibility into what becomes your lived reality. This isn't just an abstract idea. You experience it every day. Have you ever had a moment where a simple change in mindset seemed to shift the whole tone of your day? Where something that seemed destined to go wrong suddenly worked out, just because you stopped expecting the worst. That's not coincidence. That's a shift in your personal field of probability. By understanding that reality is fluid, not fixed, you gain an extraordinary power, the ability to shape what becomes real for you. You're not locked into your past. You're not at the mercy of external circumstances. You're swimming in a quantum sea of potential, and your attention is the rudder. But this isn't about fantasizing or escaping responsibility. It's about conscious participation. When you begin to focus on the outcomes you want, not from a place of lack, but from a place of creative alignment, you begin to influence the probability field in your favor. You must believe in the reality you are manifesting before you can see it. That belief, that feeling of certainty, sends a ripple into the quantum field, and the field responds, not to hope, but to clarity, not to desire alone, but to energy that is focused and aligned. So ask yourself, what probability are you feeding today with your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs? Are you reinforcing limitation, or are you opening space for something greater? When you understand that reality is not a straight line but a living, responsive field of infinite potential, you realize you are not stuck, you are choosing. If reality exists in a sea of possibilities, then intention is the compass that points you toward the outcome you desire. In the quantum world, where particles remain undefined until observed, your focus acts as the guiding light that turns potential to presence. But it's not just any focus, it's intentional focus that shapes the unseen into form. An intention is more than just a goal. It's a directed flow of energy, powered by clarity and emotion. When you set an intention, you're telling the universe, this is the direction I choose to go, this is the frequency I am aligning with. And just like a laser beam cuts through darkness with precision, intention slices through the chaos of random outcomes and brings a specific reality into view. Quantum manifestation begins with this focused clarity. When your thoughts are scattered, when your mind is unfocused or filled with contradiction, you dilute your power. But when your thoughts, emotions, and actions all move in the same direction, when they become coherent, you create a strong signal that influences the quantum field around you. Studies on brain coherence and meditation show that when people focus with intention, especially from a calm, centered place, their brain waves become synchronized and their energy field expands. That coherence is not just calming, it's powerful. It sends a message into the field that is clear, strong, and magnetic. Here's the secret. What you focus on grows, not just psychologically, but energetically. If you constantly focus on what's missing, you amplify that sense of lack. If your attention is always on problems, your energy feeds those problems. But if you shift your focus, if you choose to dwell in possibility, to feed your vision instead of your fear, you begin to nourish a different outcome. That's why many spiritual and scientific traditions alike emphasize visualization, affirmation, and meditation. These aren't just feel-good practices. They are ways to refine your focus and bring your energetic field into resonance with your desired reality. The more you practice, the stronger your signal becomes. But remember, intention is not control. It's not about forcing life into a mold. It's about aligning with what you truly desire and trusting the path to unfold. Your job is to choose the vision, feel it as real, and stay aligned with it through thought, emotion, and behavior. The universe responds not just to what you want, but to who you are becoming through your focus. So pause and ask yourself, what is your energy saying? Right now, where is your focus flowing? What are you unintentionally feeding? The power to manifest starts not with effort, but with clarity. In the realm of quantum manifestation, thought may be the blueprint, but emotion is the fuel. Your thoughts set the intention, the direction, the structure. But your emotions? They energize those thoughts. They send them into the quantum field with power, urgency, and vibrational depth. If your intention is the signal, your emotion is the volume dial that determines how loudly the universe hears you. Emotion isn't just a response to the world, it's a creative force. Every feeling you experience carries a frequency. Joy, love, and gratitude vibrate at high, coherent frequencies. Fear, doubt, and anger vibrate at lower, disordered ones. These frequencies don't simply affect your mood, they influence your biology, your energy field, and ultimately, your connection with the quantum possibilities around you. When you feel deeply, especially emotions like gratitude, compassion, or awe, you're not just being positive, you're harmonizing with the quantum field in a powerful way. Heart-brain coherence studies have shown that when your heart is in a state of elevated emotion, your body becomes more electrically aligned, your electromagnetic field expands, your energy becomes more focused, and your intentions carry more weight. This is why merely thinking about something you want isn't enough. If your emotion contradicts your thought, the field responds to your emotion. You can visualize abundance, but if you feel lack, fear, or frustration while doing it, you are still broadcasting lack. The quantum field doesn't hear what you say, it hears what you feel. But here's the amazing part. You don't have to wait for your external world to give you a reason to feel the emotion. You can choose it. You can cultivate the emotional state of the outcome you desire before it arrives. And when you do, your body begins to believe it's already real. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. So when you feel as if the manifestation has already occurred, you begin to tune your entire system to that reality. This is quantum alignment, when thought and feeling become one. When the mental and emotional bodies are vibrating in harmony, your signal to the universe is strong, clear, and magnetic. This is when doors open. This is when synchronicities appear. This is when change happens. So ask yourself, what emotions are you practicing every day? Are you rehearsing fear or faith? Are you embodying frustration or fulfillment? If you want to change your reality, don't just change your thoughts, elevate your emotions. Feel now what you wish to live later. Let joy be your magnet. Let gratitude be your engine. Let love be your resonance. Because in the quantum world, emotion isn't reaction, it's creation. In the quantum universe, imagination is more than just a mental escape. It's a bridge to manifestation. Visualization is the act of mentally rehearsing the reality you desire, and it is one of the most powerful tools for aligning with your desired outcome. But what makes it so potent in quantum terms is that it allows you to experience a potential future in the present moment, emotionally, energetically, and neurologically. When you visualize vividly and consistently, you're not simply fantasizing. You're training your brain and body to believe in a future that hasn't happened yet. Brain imaging studies show that imagining an event activates the same neural pathways as actually experiencing it. That means your body doesn't know the difference. To your nervous system, a deeply imagined scenario feels real. Why is this important? Because your subconscious mind and the quantum field it's interacting with responds not to your external circumstances, but to your internal state. When your inner world aligns with the vision of what you want, you collapse that potential reality into form. You're signaling to the quantum field, this is who I am now. This is the reality I choose. Visualization must go beyond mere pictures. It must involve your senses, your emotions, and your presence. Don't just see the image, feel it. Smell the air, hear the sounds. Let your body respond to the scene as if you're already there. This depth of embodiment creates coherence between your mind and heart, and that coherence is what sends a strong, unified signal into the field. Now, it's not about controlling every detail. It's about creating resonance. You're not trying to script the exact path, but to embody the frequency of your desired outcome. When you visualize, focus not just on the end result, but on who you are in that reality. How do you feel? How do you carry yourself? What beliefs are natural to you in that version of your life? Do this consistently, and something remarkable happens. Your body begins to behave as if that future is inevitable. Your actions align with your vision, your energy becomes more magnetic, and the field begins to reflect that alignment back to you, often in ways you didn't predict, and with a timing you didn't expect. This is not magic, it's physics. Quantum manifestation works through alignment, not force. The clearer your internal vision, the easier it becomes for the external world to match it. So make space each day, not just to think about your future, but to live it internally. Visualize the life that lights you up. Let your mind rehearse. Let your heart feel it. Let your body embody it. And trust that in doing so, you are not just preparing for change, you are becoming it. One of the most fascinating concepts in quantum physics is the idea of the wave function, a mathematical description of all the possible states a particle can be in at once. Before observation, these possibilities exist simultaneously, like a cloud of potential waiting to be shaped. It's only when an observation or measurement occurs that this wave function collapses into a single outcome, making the particle take a definite form. Applied to your reality, this means that the universe holds countless potential versions of your life all at once. Your focus, your awareness, and your intention act like an observation, collapsing this cloud of infinite possibility into one specific reality. In other words, every moment you are choosing the version of your life that becomes real. This is both empowering and humbling. Empowering because you recognize the tremendous creative role you play, not as a passive observer, but as an active participant in reality's unfolding. Humbling because it reminds you of the responsibility that comes with that role, the choices you make, the attention you give, the energy you put out, they all matter. When you consciously collapse your wave function through focused attention, you shape your world intentionally. This process isn't about forcing reality to your will, but about aligning your inner state so completely that your outer experience naturally follows. Imagine standing before a vast gallery of doors. Each one leads to a different life, a different outcome, a different timeline. Your observation, your energy, is the key that opens one door. The other doors remain possibilities, but only one becomes your experience. The catch is, your mind often scatters this power. Doubt, distraction, and conflicting emotions act like a shaky, unfocused gaze that makes it harder to collapse the wave function clearly. When your attention wavers, the field reflects that uncertainty back as delay, confusion, or mixed results. But when you learn to focus with clarity and emotional alignment, when your mind and heart lock onto a vision with certainty, you collapse the wave function decisively. You choose your reality. This also explains why manifesting doesn't always happen instantly. Sometimes you're standing with your key in hand, hesitating before the door. Sometimes your attention flickers or fear pulls you back. The quantum field respects your timing and your free will. It will respond to your clear, persistent observation. So how do you collapse your wave function effectively? It starts with conscious attention. It continues with consistent focus on the desired outcome. It requires emotional coherence, where your feelings support your vision, and it grows stronger with repeated practice, patience, and trust. Every day, every moment, you're choosing. You're collapsing your wave function into the version of reality that your energy calls forth. And that is the essence of quantum manifestation, the art and science of choosing your reality. Quantum entanglement is one of the most mysterious and profound phenomena discovered by physicists. It describes how two or more particles can become linked, so that the state of one instantly influences the state of the other, no matter how far apart they are. This interconnectedness defies our classical understanding of distance and time, revealing a universe where everything is deeply connected beneath the surface. When we translate this idea into manifestation, entanglement helps explain synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that seem to guide us toward our desires or affirm we are on the right path. These moments are not random. They are the subtle signals of the quantum field responding to your energetic state and intentions. Imagine your desires, thoughts, and emotions as one entangled particle, and the events, people, and opportunities in your life as the other. When you shift your vibration and align your energy, the entangled partner, the external world, shifts in response. This creates moments where the right people show up at the right time, doors open unexpectedly, or ideas flow effortlessly. Synchronicities are the universe's way of communicating that you're in harmony with your path. They are gentle nudges, confirmations, or even dramatic shifts that arise naturally when your internal state and external reality become entangled. Understanding entanglement encourages you to stay open and aware. Often, people overlook these signs or dismiss coincidences as chance, missing the deeper connection. But when you begin to notice and appreciate synchronicities, you start to see how your reality is co-created through a web of energetic connections that transcend time and space. This also means you are never truly isolated in your manifestation journey. Your energy affects not just your personal reality, but ripples through a larger interconnected system. The relationships you nurture, the kindness you offer, and the vibrations you emit contribute to the entangled web of existence. So next time a coincidence feels too perfect to be random, pause and reflect. Could this be an entangled response to your focused intention? Is the universe aligning circumstances to support your vision? Quantum entanglement and synchronicity remind us that manifestation is not a solitary act, but a dance with the interconnected cosmos. By tuning into this flow, you invite support, guidance, and alignment beyond what you can imagine. Manifestation isn't just about occasional visualization or setting intentions. It's a lifestyle, a continuous way of being that aligns you with the quantum principles shaping your reality. Living the quantum manifestation lifestyle means embracing your role as a conscious creator every day, in every moment, and integrating the science and art of manifestation into how you think, feel, and act. This lifestyle starts with awareness. You become mindful of your thoughts and emotions, recognizing that each one carries energy that influences the quantum field. You learn to catch limiting beliefs or negative patterns before they take root, and instead, choose thoughts that support your vision. You cultivate emotional resilience and coherence, knowing that your feelings are the fuel that powers your creations. Living this way also means practicing intentional focus regularly. It's not about forcing outcomes or controlling every detail, but about tuning your attention like a radio dial to the frequency of your desires. You build rituals, whether meditation, journaling, affirmations, or mindful breathing, that help maintain your alignment and keep your vibration high. Another key aspect is trust. Quantum manifestation involves surrendering to the flow of life while holding your vision clearly. You recognize that your role is to set the intention and do your inner work, but you also allow the universe to orchestrate the how, when, and where. This trust reduces resistance and invites effortless manifestation. Community and connection become vital too. As quantum entanglement shows us, we are all interconnected. Sharing your journey, learning from others, and contributing positively to your environment amplify your energy and create a supportive field for manifestation. Importantly, living this lifestyle is about embodiment. It's not just what you think or feel, but who you are becoming. You align your actions with your intentions, embodying the qualities of the reality you seek, whether that's confidence, abundance, peace, or creativity. Your daily habits reflect the person who already lives the life you desire. Finally, the quantum manifestation lifestyle is a journey of growth and evolution. It invites you to expand your understanding of reality, to explore new ideas, and to deepen your connection with yourself and the universe. It challenges you to stay curious, patient, and committed. By choosing to live this lifestyle, you step into your power as a quantum creator. You no longer wait for life to happen to you. You participate actively in shaping your world, moment by moment. And in doing so, you unlock the extraordinary potential that quantum physics reveals, that your reality is not fixed, but fluid and full of infinite possibilities, ready to be manifested through your conscious intention. Thanks for watching. Now it's your turn to apply these quantum principles and start creating your reality. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below which idea inspired you most. Let's manifest greatness together.